Thank you, Julie. Thanks, Julie, for that wonderful music. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to our Zoom business briefing today. Before we get started, we have a few Zoom rules to cover. Just please, everybody, remain muted during our presentation. And also, if you're tuning in from your mobile device, please swipe all the way to the right so you'll see our presentation. And also, please refrain from scribbling on our screen so that our guests may be able to see our PowerPoint. And so, yes, my name is Michelle Skips. I am so honored to be your MC for today. Welcome, everyone. A little bit about myself. I'm originally from the island of Samoa. I currently live here now in Garden Grove, California, with a husband, Glenn, a proud mother of 6, and grandmother of 4 precious grandchildren. My background is in retail, sales, and cosmetology, which allowed me to subsidize our finances. But you know what? During a scare of some type of medical condition, that put a fear in me to where I prayed for something. You know, when you're in trouble or you feel like there's something happening in your life, you want to pray for something, right? And that's exactly what I did. And lo and behold, a cousin of my husband, who's never seen in a while, invited us to dinner to where I was able to look at her. I saw the change in her. You know, I said, "What changed?" Because she walked in looking amazing. And here I am thinking she went under the knife, but you know what? No, she didn't. She said, she introduced me to this company, introduced me to the biophotonic scanner. She introduced me to the products, and I started on the supplements because that's what I needed for my situation. So, and to my doctor's surprise, after surgery and being on the products for the whole year, he couldn't believe it because there were no chemo pills that he could land on me because thanks to these amazing products. And this is when I realized by improving my health, I was stepping into a biohack lifestyle, a way of living that uses science, technology, and premium supplementation to optimize how I feel, look, and age. So today at 60, I've never felt better. I've never looked better. I'm thriving inside and out, and I'm living life on my terms with freedom, flexibility, and the ability to leave a legacy for my children. Now, my mission is simple: share this gift with everyone I meet, and they can do the same because vibrant health, time freedom, and a life you truly love and dream of, it's possible and it's worth fighting for. And this amazing company is Nu Skin Enterprise. Their mission statement is to be a force for good throughout the world, to empower people to live improved lives with rewarding business opportunities and an enriching, uplifting culture. We will now show a video of this opportunity and blessing.
Nu Skin expand. We innovate science and technology.
We are building a future together.
You know, becoming the world's #1 brand for beauty device systems for 6 consecutive years. That's no cakewalk. But Nu Skin? We've got science, innovation, and hard work in our DNA. It wasn't always glitz and glam. We started with a dream back in 1984, just a few products and a whole lot of ambition. And by 1991, we were taking on the world, opening our first overseas market in Hong Kong. LifePak was out there, making waves alongside our big entrance into Europe. Then came 1996, a big year. We hit the New York Stock Exchange, a publicly traded company founded on family values. And we also launched the Nu Skin Force for Good Foundation. That is all about spreading positivity and making the world a better place. In our pursuit of promoting healthy lifestyles and inner well-being, we acquired Pharmanex in 1998, introducing supplements and wellness programs to our markets. In 2001, we pioneered the handheld Galvanic Spa, a compact, intelligent, and powerful device that marked Nu Skin's entry into the era of cutting-edge devices. Nu Skin establishing Nourish the Children in 2002, we committed to the belief that no child should endure hunger. We want to empower future generations one meal at a time. And to date, we've provided over 800 million meals. Continuing our commitment to technological innovation, we launched the Pharmanex Biophotonic Scanner in 2003. In 2009, we revolutionized our product line with ageLOC science-based products and forging a partnership with LifeGen Technologies. In 2010, our founder's vision materialized with the creation of the Innovation Center in Provo, serving as an open campus for our employees and brand affiliates. Our partnership with LifeGen flourished, culminating in Nu Skin's acquisition of LifeGen in 2011, opening doors to faster innovation, revolutionary products, and limitless possibilities. In 2015, Nu Skin's incentive trip to Morocco won the prestigious C&IT Award for Best Incentive Trip of the Year, a tradition we continued with our island trip. We earned Euromonitor's recognition as the world's #1 brand for beauty device systems in 2016, and we've proudly held that title for 6 consecutive years. Venturing into the Internet of Things realm in 2022, we connected our first device online, the ageLOC LumiSpa iO, ushering in a new era of connectivity and innovation. This laid the foundation for the launch of our integrated beauty and wellness device, the ageLOC WellSpa iO, in 2023. With 40 years of dedication to science, innovation, and perseverance, we stand poised to embrace the boundless opportunities that lie ahead. Just imagine the opportunity.
I'm honored to introduce the speaker for this evening. She's a remarkable woman whose story is both inspiring and powerful. Originally from humble beginnings in Da Nang, Vietnam, she is now a shining example of what passion, vision, and service can accomplish. Her background is nursing with over 30 years of experience in network marketing and 16 years in Nu Skin. Now she has built an extraordinary global business alongside her husband and business partner, Mr. Ben Nguyen, whose background is business owner, an engineer, a restaurant owner, and together they live in Lehi, Utah, raising their 4 energetic and adorable boys. What many doctors earn in a year, they earn in a couple of weeks. Her and Ben have expanded their business in 32 countries around the world, including the Vietnam market, which they have personally opened. She is a chief ambassador for the Nourish the Children Foundation and is deeply respected by Nu Skin Corporate, her peers, her teams, and the countless lives she's touched. Her favorite quote is, "Service to many leads to greatness," and she truly lives by it. Whether it's opening her beautiful home to her team or always being the first to serve, she embodies love, leadership, and generosity. We are beyond grateful that she has taken the time to be here and pour into us today. Let's give a warm welcome to the successful lady, my mentor, a true global power leader and leading and launching the Indian market, our 4-star platinum team elite, Circle of Excellence 3, the beautiful Terry Tu. Welcome, Terry.
Terry Tu's rise to success is truly a rags to riches story. Terry's family moved to the US when she was just 4 years old. As low-income immigrants, she grew up in humble surroundings. However, with hard work and a desire to improve her family's future, Terry persevered and succeeded. Terry had been successfully building a high-performing sales team since 1994 and was a top income earner in her company back then. Having enjoyed the success of being in direct sales, Terry decided to make a final move which completely changed her life. In 2009, Terry made a commitment to build a future with Nu Skin. Terry believes in personal development and helping her team build self-confidence to pursue their dreams. She has made it her mission in life to help turn dreams into reality. Terry personally believes that everything happens for a reason and that even negative experiences in life are valuable tools that strengthen a person and prepare them for their life's work. Terry and her husband, Ben Nguyen, are $1 million Circle members and are working towards their $5 million Circle goal. It gives them great joy and pride to see 11 of their leaders being recognized as $1 million Circle members. Their life's motto is to live, to love, to learn, and most importantly, to leave a legacy.
All right, thank you so much, Michelle, for the kind introductions. Good evening, everyone. I know here in the US we have a long weekend, just Labor Day weekend, that many probably I can assume you're with your family enjoying Labor Day. And in Vietnam, I found out yesterday that they also have something similar where they also enjoy. It's a whole country holiday and nobody work as well. And so I feel I feel like I'm still in vacation mode. But we're stepping to the new month, September. Normally what we say September to remember or November to remember, but I just feel like September is an amazing month where all here in the US, the kid went back to school. We have more time in the morning, especially a busy mama like myself with 4 boys, and everything's literally in place for my 4 boys. So I can feel like, I'm working this business from home early in the morning from 10 to 2 before mayhem happen when they come home, and then sport, and then like many mom on the Zoom here today. And so every time when I look at the life that we live, I just thank God, for the opportunity to really build a life around our international business. And yes, I got a chance to I came to the company today to speak with the president of our company on the exciting things that are happening in the next few months to really wrap up 2025. And many of you on the Zoom here today, zooming in from, I see Kim Fong from Dallas. I believe I saw some from Vietnam as well. And we just probably felt like, hey, where the year went, right? We're already more past, half of the year, and I feel like, a lot of great things are happening with in our company and I truly believe all of us, on the Zoom here today, the reason why I let Michelle share her, dream why Nu Skin, and for ourselves, my family, 46 years ago, we left our country because we were seeking for freedom. And I think that's important for all of us on the Zoom. We want freedom. And if you're here in this, United States, this is where, our family felt we could have a better future. And if you read about the boat people exodus, 300, 500,000 people perish. And every time I reflect back that I thank God that he literally, spare our life for a greater purpose than just being here at this great country. Being the middle kid, I watched my mom and dad work real hard, raising 9 of us. They became fishermen. They were fishermen in our country, but they went and bought a boat here in Santa Cruz, Monterey, California. And, I couldn't able to head back to Monterey. We have a huge, 200, 300 family reunion. 2 of my boys were a little bit under the weather, so we couldn't go, but it was a trip that we planned to be back to Monterey. And this is where it all began. This is where I would see my mom would put us in a van and we would drive to the harbor and pick up my dad. And even though we lived 40 years in California, but growing up, I don't remember going to Disneyland. I know Clara, our amazing leader, living just minutes from Disneyland, right? But for us, we weren't far from Disneyland. But, because of that, looking back, that's when I made a decision. I was young that, when I grow up, if I have my children, I want to give the best, that I could to my children. But I would always be forever grateful for what even though we didn't have much, but at least we have each other. And I see, my parents really teach us, what hard work is, what sacrifice mean, to live and give it the best to our children. And so being that my early dream, never would I want to be a speaker or being in business. This is literally 30 years in this business of developing and working with people. But I would, starting my career, I just want to be be a nurse. I like to help people. I just didn't feel comfortable around a lot of people. That's what they call introvert, right? Someone who really quiet. But the day that changed my life is my oldest brother, who responded to a business opportunity presentation and invite me down to a live presentation, something similar to what you've seen today. And the product in front of the room, it wasn't with this company, but the product scares me. Literally, I didn't pay attention after that. I thought, no, this is not for me. But something that the speaker shared that kind of stuck with me to this day, more than 30 years ago, he say, we don't care how young you are, where you came from, as long you have a dream, desire, and discipline, then you can turn all that dream into reality. And I don't know why you can call it naive. I was in my early 20s. I believe in what he was saying, and I came home and I started dreaming. I told my mom and dad, I'm going to retire them. I didn't know how, but he say as long as you have a dream, desire, and discipline, and you don't need to have your MBA, you don't need to have a business degree, as long as you have the PhD, which is required for success. He said, as long as you're poor, hungry, and determined. And I was poor, hungry, and determined. And I came home, as you can see the picture here. This is my, journey into that, direct sale network marketing business. It's literally like a side gig while I was finishing nursing school. I've learned a lot. I didn't make a lot of money my first gig, 3 years, with that business, but I learned so much. I learned about, dream. I learned about not giving up. I learned about being a leaders. And so that to me was valuable, but I fell in love. I fell in love with the concept that, someone could be average and ordinary can achieve the extraordinary as long as they have a dream and desire. And even though I didn't make a lot of money on my first, business venture, but along the path, I met someone who was so successful, and he believed in me. Because back then, more than 30 years ago or 25 years ago, I mean, I grew up in Silicon Valley. That's the reason why, I choose medical nurse. And my husband now, Ben, he grew up in the Bay Area, where Silicon Valley, where Google, Apple, he was an engineer. And so both of us thought that was a success in America, that to get a good degree and work at a good job, and then you can work hard for 40 years and then retire and be happily ever after, right? We all heard that story, but somewhere as I looked around, the people around me, I didn't see anybody I know living their dream. Everybody was just trading time for money. And so there's not a lot of dreamer like me, but this gentleman by the name of Hubert Humphrey, and he heard my story of want to retire my mom and dad, and he said, I believe in you. And so sometime in life, just to have someone who believes in you. And so working with my mentor in the financial business, we were one-stop financial shop, and within 7 years working with my mentor, I make my first $1 million in commission at the age of 27. This is me. I risen to the top of the company. I was named MVP in 2004, and life was great. I was able to take care of my mom and dad at that time. I pay their bill every month, and I felt like life was great. I was at the top of my my career. Bought my first home, bought my dream car, Mercedes. So, I mean, share this with you is not to impress upon you, but I want to impress upon you on believing, in your dream and never giving up. And so life was great until at the end of 2008, the whole financial crisis happened that impact everybody globally around the world. And within that 6 months, literally, I closed down my office and even lost my home. My beautiful car even broke down. And, I've learned something, when it rains, it pours. And but something, in me, I've always believed that when there's always sunshine after the rain. There's always opportunity. When one door closed, another one opened. And I believe, being in this journey of personal development, it has helped me to able to look at the brighter side of things. And so one thing I didn't lose was hope, because I knew there has to be something out there that are better. There has to be something out there that this time around is not just about my success, or it's about the success of other individual, because I wasn't able to retire. I wasn't able to earn my million without the support of my teammates. And so my vision is I want to find that one company that I can, look Michelle or Tamilia or Clara, or we have Utana. I want to able to say, hey, if you have a dream, this vehicle right here. If you also have the PhD, you're poor, hungry, and determined, then you can achieve success here. And that was my prayer. And I truly believe when you pray, God knows your heart. He knows what you want. Because in January 2009, when he led me to Nu Skin, I showed up to this company convention in January 2009 in a room of more than 2,000 people, and they were so excited. They were so zest for life, and they were launching the newest technology at that time. And the world where I came from, financial service, was like everything was like all major bank closing down their door left and right. It was gloom and doom, and in that room there is electrifying, and I felt like, is this a different world? And so, I mean, and at the end of that convention, I really felt that, this is it. This is, the last business venture for me. I was 35, was on my mom and dad living room, and this is more than just 17 years ago. And so when I saw the vision, and that's so important, I saw the vision that I knew in my heart, this is it. I literally went to work, and by expanding and opened up, looking for leaders, and this is one leader I found from, because I was living at Northern California at that time, and I went to Southern California because my vision is to expand this into our Vietnamese community. Yesterday I read an article on New York Post just talk about, there was certain chemical in the gel in the nail that like totally banned in Europe, and is coming to US, that because this has linked a lot of, the health challenge to these nail technician of, they're not, there's high rate of cancer, and also, they couldn't be pregnant, because of the chemical that they're breathing. And so when I saw this company, the vision that I have, I guess it's come from nursing background, was I just want to bring this blessing to my community, to let them know there's product that will help them, that won't, especially, is proven. And so with that, I just really want to serve my community and helping my community to know about these amazing products. And so we work real hard. And then that's when I met my husband, at a health fair. He has the same vision as well. So within 4 years, we were induced into the Circle of Excellence 1, meaning Nu Skin pay us over $1 million in commission. Yes, that's record breaking, and, because my vision is also, once we help a lot of people, we have it able to build an international team. I want to be a mom. I want to able to be home with my kids, and and still have an international business. And that was a vision I have, because I was 35 when I saw this company, and with that vision, and I truly believe in anything, it's your vision, and that's how you can attract. Because just like the Bible say, when there's no vision, people perish. And so our vision is just clearly want to bring this blessing to our community, and then beyond our community. And to date, we have over 40 individuals that Nu Skin has paid over $1 million commission. We have a few 5 and 1 10, and we're just recently, we're part of the $10 million circle as well. And I truly believe it's not the money, it's about how many lives can you bless and serve. Because this is a picture from our team after 6 years of building the business. Before that, it was me, myself, and I in Anaheim. And this is our team from 2009 all the way to 2015. My husband and I here. And that's what really brings joy to my husband and I every day, when we know that, through this business, through this opportunity, we can bless so many other community that deserve this opportunity, not just, our Vietnamese community, because we understand that, no matter where you are dialing in from this world, we all want the same thing. I truly believe we all want time, and financial leverage to be with our family, but we were taught the wrong thing. We were taught to be employee. We were taught to, to build someone else's dream, someone going to hire us to, and they tell us how much we worth. And so this right here, I thank God I've learned this 20 something years ago, reading a great book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. He's talking about the cash flow quadrant. He said, you want to be successful, you want to live the life that successful people, that they go golfing or they go shopping or they do whatever, they have total control of their time. Then instead of just being an employee, you need to have a business. You have to be a business owner. Not just a business owner, you have to own a business system where whether you're there or not, it continues to run. We can all witness, like, Madonna, right, around the world. It has a business system that, no matter that, you don't see the owner of Madonna there. You see these young, student running Madonna, because it has a turnkey system. And so that's why I thank God I've learned about, finding a business that has a system, that the system first saved me from myself, and the system allowed me the leverage. All right. And so that's the key. You want to transition from E to business owner. And then, most people, especially here in United States, they became self-employed. Now, the funny thing is when I went to Vietnam for the first time 8 years ago, I literally see a lot of people, Vietnamese, they rather be their own boss. I mean, they literally live upstairs and have a business downstairs. And so with that, I think that drive, that's why you see a lot of nail salon, a lot of, business owner in here, United States, because they want to be their own boss. And so self-employed to me is like you're going from a small jail to a bigger prison because nobody care more about your business than you. I mean, the day that if you own a nail salon and you don't show up, guess what? As a self-employed, you're the first one to show up, the last one to leave. My husband used to own a restaurant before I met him. I truly believe it literally eats up all his time. He worked 10, 12 hours and it literally, he sacrificed his marriage because nobody can, have someone who barely home, right? And so self-employed is like either you're a CPA, you're a doctor, you're a dentist, you're the only one, right? And so you don't want just to be a self-employed. You want to eventually, instead of using your hard equity, your physical, your health, right, to trade for money, you want to allow money to work for you, which is called leveraging, using money to work for you instead of working for the rest of your life. And so to become an investor, from an S to an investor, I mean, with that in mind, I've learned years ago, more than 20 years ago, I started there. I got 2 years working, for general surgery doctor. I coordinate surgery, but then I knew what I've learned when I was 20 years old is to find a business, and so from there, I've always known that once I built enough, cash flow, from my business, from the cash flow, the residual income, I can invest into become an investor. Because when you broke, you don't even think about investing. But in the last 4 years, when we live in Utah, we invest into 3 property. Combine that, it bring us cash flow over $1 million in equity, right? But I would never know that, if I don't understand the cash flow quadrant. And so the question for you is the vehicle you're on, whatever dream that you have, as you can read here, to have extra income, to own a business, to have flexibility, whatever that dream is. The question is the vehicle. What vehicle have you been on? That has it lead you closer to your dream? To me, most of the vehicle that people that you and I know out there, they're on a bicycle to their dream. And today, what we want to share with you is a Lamborghini, right? You can agree a Lamborghini will get you quicker to your dream, right? Instead of a bicycle. And so whatever your dream, I truly believe you can find it here. I truly believe not all business is equal. There are thousands and thousands of business out there. But what I've seen and witnessed is the business that thrive and grow, even in challenging economy, they have these 5 key points. They have the market trend. The company, they have great track record, and then the product and technology, is it exclusive, is it innovative, right? And then number 4, when you talk about business, there has to be compensation. If I'm going to invest my time, what is my ROI? What is my return on my investment? And timing. They say in business, timing is everything. It's even more than your skill and more than your ability. And knowing that you're in the right place, right time, most important also is you got to take action, right? So we talk about the market trend. What is the market demand right now? Not only here in the US, around the world, right? And then the market demand, we talk about the mega trend, the Internet of Things, meaning today you can literally do everything on your phone. You can use that as a navigation. You can book hotel. You can order food to your doorstep, whatever it is, right? You can do it, through the internet, through your cell phone. And then AI. I mean, I don't have to talk about AI. Everywhere you read, there's AI, right? Artificial intelligence. All right. And that's on the rise right now, right? And then beauty and wellness. I mean, that won't never go away because, no matter, everything grow at the speed of the internet, people today still want to look good and feel good as human, right? And it's not just here in the US, it's all over the world, right? And then social commerce. I mean, years ago, I remember, now you know how young for me to call someone, I have to wait for someone to beep me on a beeper. All right, I know Utana knows that. And then I have to go to a payphone and make sure, and pray that I have coin to put into a phone booth to call someone. And this is like now today, I mean, everything. I mean, you can literally the word become your domain and communication. I mean, social media, Facebook, Instagram, right? People, that's our the world we live in today. And so that's huge. And then the gig economy, what does that mean? Side gig. See, 30 years ago, I understand about side gig, right? But today is even more popular that people know that, one job would not do it. If you have a family in United States, there's no way one person can bring home the money. It requires two individual. And on top of that, people are looking for even extra money, side gig. And so today people want to, especially the younger population, they want to work anywhere, any place, and anytime, right? They don't want to be boxed in. When I was 22 years old entering this industry, yeah, at 22, I didn't want to work 40 years as a nurse and retire with barely nothing, to show for. And I mean, these are companies that you and I know that are changing the way, business conduct. They're changing the way the world do business. I mean, you heard of TripAdvisor, Facebook, Uber, Airbnb, right? And these companies, I mean, they don't have to own anything, right? Just like Uber, the world leader in transportation own no car, right? And Airbnb, the world largest accommodation provider, has no real estate. This morning, we just met with a super host because my husband and I were like, in the days to come, we are so focused on the, our Latin American market here in the US, huge market, the Indian market. I mean, I literally don't even have time, to even host our Airbnb. So we meet with a super host. I mean, back then, 10, 20 years ago, Airbnb, what Airbnb? If I travel for business, I would go as my elite member with Marriott and I would book it so I can have a concierge, I can check out at 4 o'clock. But guess what? Marriott has to spend billions and billions of dollars acquiring all these beautiful building and hotel. But Airbnb, they don't. They lavish my home. They lavish everybody home, right? So what I share with you here today is your business. This is your future. The title of today presentation is Conquer Your Future. Most important is, are you conquering your future, right? Do what you do right now. Will you able to conquer your future? Will you have time and financial leverage? And what today I want to share with you is a business model that will allow you the same leverage, with no inventory, right? And no employee. When I was doing financial service, every office I open, I have to have an office manager. I have to hire a real estate manager, and ensure manage to make sure all the T are across the I. I mean, I have to have employee, but today we only have one executive assistant that we hired 6 years ago. Our beautiful Julie in the back, ground of the Zoom, running the music and all of that. And I haven't seen her for the last 3 years. Amazing that, right? And so that's leverage, technology, right? And so this company, Nu Skin, new, and talking about the company, not every company are equal. 95% of the business out there close down their door after 5 years. And this company, Nu Skin, is, we've been around for 41 years. I mean, we have a solid track record. We're billions of revenue, debt-free company. We're on the New York Stock Exchange. We're regulated by the SEC, the Security Exchange Commission, and the FTC, Federal Trade Association. And these are regulated body that, look through our company to make sure we do the right thing. And most company out there, they say whatever they want to say. They promise you the word. They say you can retire in 12 months and whatever it is. I mean, and most of those companies never last anyway. 16 years ago, I did not have time to waste. I'm like, I hit bottom and I'm like, dear Lord, I don't have any more time to waste. Please give me a company that I can say, this is it. I don't have to worry about the company. The only thing I need to do is to help them expand new market, open up new territory, and never have to worry about the rug being pulled under my feet. Because I have to start over and over 3 times in my career. And the only way we truly earn residual and having quality of life in this industry is to have a solid company. Because the company that pay in this industry is a company that pay, right? But they have to stay. And Nu Skin was, written on Forbes magazine as the 5th most trustworthy company in America. And that's important when it comes to business. Okay, and so with New Skin, I mean, I love, I'm only 25 minutes from our Innovation World headquarters, and every 2 years, New Skin hosts a global convention where we have 10, 20,000 people from 50 market coming in here. And so one of the big reason why my husband and I moved here, because we want to able to connect and meet our, business leader around the world when they come in, because our business expand in 40 countries and we can able to invite them to our home. And so we're 25 minutes away. And then also New Skin has another innovation center in China, Shanghai. Okay. And with all the 50 market that we open, we have, office, beautiful office just in the country of Vietnam alone. There's two, headquarter, one in north and one in south, and they're beautiful. And that's just Vietnam. We have Argentina, we have Mexico, Japan, Thailand, everywhere, right? Imagine that, New Skin continue to invest. They are the business partner that they take care of all the headaches. If you ever want to own your own business, that's like brain damage because you have to worry about, manufacture. You have to worry about marketing. You have to worry about legal. I learned from my mentor who I mentioned earlier. He say, Terry, in US, don't tell me how big your business is. Tell me how deep your pocket is when lawsuit hit. Then we talk business, right? And that's why a lot of business here in the US fall, shut down or fell apart because of lawsuit. But guess what? New Skin take care of all of that for us, right? All we need to do is share these amazing, health and beauty technology to our customer, and also, connecting, people to our amazing side gig, business, in 50 countries, right? So who do you know? Who do you know that want to look good or feel good? And who do you know that want to build a business that they can eventually have lavish in their life, right? And so I'm going to dive into a little bit on our science with the business. We have over 75 in-house scientists, guys. Most business out there have one doctor, one scientist. We have 75. And at the heart of the New Skin, I truly believe why we're still, every time I drive by the headquarters to see this globe with children flying around the globe, because at the heart of this company, they're beyond about making money. They're about giving back, especially to the children around this world. New Skin, through our Nourish the Children initiative, that you can participate after the Zoom here today. You just need to go to that website or talk to the person who invite you. And by buying a bag of nutrition vitamin for $25, that bag of nutrition vitamin will give, a child, a malnourished child, a starving child around the world, 30 day of nutrition vitamin. And through this program, we have feed over 850 millions of these meal to starving children around the world. And we are on the road to 1 billion meal. And we challenge you to be a part of this, amazing cause, right? And so let me dive into the science and some of the product. Our New Skin product, we specialize in helping you look good and feel good. One of the spotlight product a few years ago is our Wow Spa, Renew Spa. It literally is an FDA approved technology. It's not just a beauty device, it's a wellness device. It's able to circulate your blood, helping those pressure points. And, a lot of the nail and beauty spa, within our Vietnamese community and now expand to Latino community. It is a huge hit because I want to show you a quick, video, before and after.
Wow, qué resultados.
As you can see, the company, instead of you have to try to sell these products, you just have to demo and let someone, able to see, the before and after, especially, this Renew Spa help, lymphatic drainage is able to, help drain water out of your, where water is trapped and into your, especially the leg. And so a lot of the salon in our team, they literally use this technology as a service where they can charge, have extra, revenue, and then also selling these technology in the salon as well, right? Because, people want, not only female these days, when we're able to experience the products, a demo on someone, they can literally see the result within, their own eyes. And when they use this technology, when people can visually see the difference, it will impact them emotionally, and that's what really drive the consumption of our products. I mean, I've been using this, facial spa on my face for the last 16 years. I mean, why would I stop something if every time I go to my nail technician and new one, and they're like, how old are you? And I tell them my age, and they're like, really? Because most people think, Asian, we look younger than our age, but even my own community can't even guess my age. So I know these product work. If it work, why would I stop it, right? Because we we know that people don't mind looking, when people don't mind growing older, they just mind looking uglier, right? And so these products literally deliver the result. And the best part is, it come with AI technology where it's able to sync, with an app that you can put in your phone, right? And you can download the Stella app. Once you build the business, you can able to track the production of your team in 50 country, and also you can download the Vera app, that your customer can download the Vera app. They can able to have the skin analyzer. I mean, I'm not a beautician like, Michelle. You can tell the difference. She look beautiful because she knows how to take care of her skin. I don't. I came from nursing background. But this Vera app can able to, built in with AI technology, it's able to analyze anybody's skin, and it's able to let them know, hey, based on your skin, analyzing, we recommend you take this, and then click, if you want to know more about it. And if they happy what they, read, and they can click to buy, and guess what, we get paid, right? And so the app does that for us, because these days people don't want you to call them. I've early, when someone called me, try to pitch me on some products, I'm like, just send me, please text me the link, send me the link, send me the link, right? Because people don't want to be bothered. And I love that. I love with our company technology that you can literally build your business. And so I want to share a little bit on the side that really, we're so excited right now. And this really what attract, my attention, and even made me more passionate about this company, which is our nutrition side of the business. We are the only company in the world that has a biophotonic scanner that can literally scan and give you your antioxidant score. Right, as you can see the score right in the color right here. I mean, we believe that everybody deserve to know their antioxidant level, because the world right now, people are taking supplement, but they don't know whether it's working in their body or not. When I scanned myself 16 years ago, I was in the red zone, right? Because I was making good money in the financial business, but I was stressed, especially I was even more stressed when the market hit. Right, so I'm not surprised when my score was low. You literally become a product of your environment. And so being in the financial business, we don't talk about health. We don't even eat right. So right. And so with the scanner that, literally changed so many people health when they scan and they get on good products. But guess what? Why we're so exciting in Nu Skin World now? Because this scanner is getting even, you know, smaller, where you can fit in your hand, where eventually, a year from now, this scanning will be in millions and millions of households around the world. It's fast, small, and affordable and portable, right? Because this scanner technology, the first version, it took 45 minutes, for it to boot up and scan someone. And for 20 years, this technology, and once someone know their score, we challenge them to take our, scanner approved product, multivitamin, that guarantee to increase their score. And our product is, featured on the doctor physician reference book. Doctor here in the US have, our product in their reference book. And that's the reason why, a lot of this scanner right here is in doctor office, more than half are in doctor office, because doctor want to make sure that if their patient is taking supplement, that they can measure, the patient, antioxidant level, right? But guess what? In probably the last quarter, I'm waiting for my scanner coming in like a week, right? That small portable one, okay? And it has evolved. I want to show you a quick video on how this scanner evolution has evolved, and why we so excited for the biggest product launch of this company history. Yes, we're talking about this will be the next evolution, is a truly wellness, truly intelligent wellness device. Because we're not only measuring your antioxidant, we're going to measure because we're adding in AI technology, and we have over 26 million scanner that we have collected over the last 20 years. And so it's going to do even more than just giving your antioxidant level. And this scanner technology, has been it won the Nobel Prize, is sponsored U.S. Olympic game and all of that. And so it's not a new technology. I mean, we've been around. And so we, as a company, new skin is nutrition and skincare. We know there's a huge problem out there because 75% of the market out there are taking supplement, but they don't know. Even the younger population, I mean, the 18 to 34 years old, 69% of these population is taking supplement. The only thing is they just don't know it's working, and there's a lot of confusion out there. I mean, here in the US, if you go to Costco and Walgreens, I mean, rows and rows of supplement, and people don't even know what they need to take. And the worst part is they don't even know it work in their body. How do you know? So we as a company believe that measurement is so important. Just like, in the 70s when they had the cholesterol testing, they sell over $20 billion of statin drugs. And in the 80s, when they had the bone density scan, they sold over 200 millions of calcium products. And in the 90s, they sold when they had the glucose scan, the glucose life scan, they sold 1.5 billion, cells in in products. And so in 2020, when we launched, the biphotonic scanner through Nu Skin, through Pharmanex, we sold over $60 billion of supplement sales. And so we understand that, people these days, you, I can tell you, hey, you need to be healthy, but until you see your blood work, until you literally see your score with a scanner, that's when people, take action. And so we believe that, once you know where you're at, just like 16 years ago, I was in the red zone. Once you know where you're at, you measure it. And then, we challenge you to take our supplement because we have a guarantee here in the US 60-day health challenge that once you take our supplement, we guarantee, every 30 days, 60 days, your score will increase or else you get your money back. And that's how much we as a company, believe in our product and back up, our claim. Right. So we believe, the measure that could change someone's life, especially with the Prism IO coming out, 15 seconds, we can literally change someone's life, by scanning them. 15 seconds, that's all it takes, right? So who do you know? Who do you know out there that deserve to know their antioxidant level? And so we're excited about this scanner, technology coming. And so talk about, compensation, right? I mean, yeah, money is important. Time is money. My husband is, engineer turned businessman. I'm nurse, got into financial, becoming, a business entrepreneur, and we choose Nu Skin. Obviously, we want to help people, but we got to make sure at the end of it, we have to make money. I have 4 little men, my poor monkey to feed. I mean, 12, 10 and 8 and 5. I mean, the 12 years old, he's like now, like he's hungry all the time. And so, making money is important, right? Somewhere growing up, my mom and dad always told me, Terry, uh, people who are wealthy are bad people, and we don't need a lot of money, and a lot of ideas that I love my parents, but I've learned from a successful millionaire when I came into the business. He said, be careful who you're listening to. Don't let a broke person kill you out of your dream. I read on a book called Think and Grow Rich when I was 20 years old. They say, uh, a broke person cannot help you be successful, because if not, they wouldn't be broke. And so I love my parent, but I realize, all their life, they're just learn from their parent, and they're from their parent, just teach them just how to work hard, not to understanding leverage. And so compensation, my mom and dad say money is not important, but I witnessed all the argument. I witnessed, my mom always stressed out, going around borrowing money when typhoon hit Vietnam, and so I've learned that somewhere money is not everything, but it's is up there like oxygen, right? Money just made you more of who you already are. You know, if you're a great person with more money, I truly believe that you'll be greater blessing for other people. And so, but without compensation plan, don't expect me to go all the detail because there's no way, you know, I'm able to go through all the detail with you. But I want to show you a few concepts, just like any business. You know, you start out by sharing these amazing product. Who do you know that want to look good and feel good? And you can utilize online technology, you know, to help you share these product. You get up to 20, you know, percent, you know, sharing these amazing product. We all get the product at wholesale, you know, just like Costco here in the US, but you have to pay, you know, a member fee. Over here with Nu Skin, you don't have to pay a member fee. And then immediately you can able to get up to 20%. You know, there's a breakdown. You can get that detail from the person who invite you here. And then if you say, you know what, I know a lot of stay-at-home mom. I know a lot of people looking for some side hustle, side money. And if you refer them, you know, to become an affiliate, just like yourself, you get up to 24%, you know, when they go and share these amazing product to customer. We love customer. Customer is the foundation of our company for the last 40 years. Okay. But then beside that, if you see yourself bigger, if you see yourself, hey, you know what? Yeah, I want to build the business. I want to able to eventually 3 to 5 years from now where I can literally, you know, step away, you know, focus on, you know, doing charity or raising, you know, my family. That's my goal. You know, I give it all this, you know, next 5 years because, you know, after 5 years, my boys, my youngest will be 5 year. No, my youngest, he'll be like 10 years old, right? 11 years old. And, you know, and go, they're all in teenager. I want to invest a lot of my time, you know, for God kingdom and for my kid in the next 5 years. But I'm gonna go all out, just like some of you sitting here, you say, you know, I want to build this for 5 years from now. I want to have quality of life. And so once you be, you know, if you focus on building, then you want to become a BR because you become a BR, you're able to pick up an extra 5 to 10% on your team. Okay. And this is something that if you want to do it, right? Because if not, you can stay here and earn 20% referring the products online or offline, or, you know, 24% referring someone. But if you want an extra 10,000, get to BR. Okay. We have people hitting BR 1 month, you slow 2 months, or, you know, that's the average 2 to 6 months. Okay. And then leading, you know, this is where true residual income come in. This is where you work hard one time and take the rest of your life off. This is what happened when, you know, I worked hard 4 years and then I became a mom. And then I literally took 4 years off to raise my 3 boys at that time. And then only 6 years ago, I came back out. That doesn't mean someone told me I need to go back to work. I just felt like there's so many community that doesn't know about this business. And so, you know, being a mom and, you know, able to really, you know, earn the income where most people earn a year, you know, I was able to earn that being at home. And I just felt like, you know, all the mom, you know, deserve to know about this, and the business entrepreneur deserve to know about a business that can give you true leverage. And the best part is you can, you know, will this to your children, you know, whatever you built here. And so 5% didn't seem like a lot. This is on top of everything, on top of the sharing bonus, the building bonus, the 5%, you know, 5% of 1 million to 2 million production a month. That's an average what our team does in 40 countries right now. You know, we get 5% of that, right? Whether we work or not. Yeah, well, we build it. We build it hard, you know, for the last, you know, 5, 10, you know, 16 years. Okay. And I love the fact that I can will this to my kid. Yeah, or whatever you built here, you can will it to your kid. There's no business that you can do that. You know, these are the average income, you know, you decide, you know, these are, you know, the BR, their average 600, some make more, some make less. Average ruby, you know, 3,500. Average, you know, diamond, this is where it's get fun, you know, 9,000. We have leaders in our team from BR all the way up here. We have 20, 30 blue diamond, you know, averaging 30, 40,000 a month. These are the serious blue diamond that hit that level and they maintain that 5 years. You know, that's the average that they earn, right? And that's the reason why as a blue diamond, you know, 70% of the blue diamond, they end up retiring. They take off, right? And that's what happened to me after 4 years, and I took off 4 years. But I want to bring up a blue diamond right now in our team that really, you know, building and seeing big visions for her community, you know, in the Latino market. And, you know, she saw this business and she has a vision to be a mom, and then, you know, and then it get bigger. It's about serving her community, and she is a Blue Diamond. So I want to bring up, someone who, almost like become a sister to me from another mother, and these are Blue Diamond and above in our team. But I want to bring up, Clara, all the way from Orange County, for you guys to hear her story, why Nu Skin, and what got her so excited that she's still here with us even after 9 years in the business. And so take it away, Clara.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm super, super excited to be here with everybody today. Thank you, Terry, for this amazing presentation. Every time that I hear you, it's like I get so excited about Latin America, and also I'm very excited about India, and I'm excited about everybody. I know everybody in this Zoom, it's like, it feels like me. So like Terry said, we are like sisters in this business, like real sisters, because thanks to this opportunity, we are able to meet amazing people and become a family with them. It's just amazing business. I started 10 years ago when one of my best friends invite me to this to hear about this company. I was very skeptical, but she tried, and she invited me to the company. Okay, because I was very skeptical. If you have somebody like me, just invite that person to the company. And then I went to the company, and I was able to see what she was telling me, but in a big picture. And in the company, I took the decision to do this business. Number one, because at that moment, I want to be a present mom of my Noah and my Nathan. Number two, because I see a big opportunity to help my brothers and sisters from Latin America. And because I don't see leaders of the Latin leaders, I don't see in the company. So I said, okay, this is a great opportunity to help them. And number three, right now, why I'm still in this amazing opportunity? Because of my Nu Skin family. Yes, I love the company, I love the products, and I love my team. So they keep me on fire every single day. The people, everybody wants our opportunity, everybody wants our products, everybody is extremely amazing happy with our products, with the results. And they just said, I get excited every single day when I hear that everybody is like, yes, Clara, I want this, I need this, I want the opportunity, I want to join the team, I want to go to the company in October. It's going to be an amazing event for Latin America. It's coming so many people, and we are so ready, so excited. And also we are so excited for India, because we have in the team so many new prospects that they are in from India. So we are just so excited, Terry, so excited. So this is what it keeps me in this opportunity.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Clara. And let me see. Hold on. Yes, as you can see, Clara saw the vision when she came in. She didn't see a lot of Latino, and now the company, Lily, U.S. market for Latino is so untapped. I mean, you're like, okay, Nu Skin is 41 years, right? Why is untapped? Because Nu Skin has always been a company that go international, right away. They focus on their international market, and so they only recently refocused back here in the U.S. market. And so this is a huge market. I know, Claire is leading the way, building leaders in this community, and so we're very excited to have her part of our team. And so thank you, Claire, for your share, and many of her leaders on the Zoom here this morning. And so appreciate you and your leadership. And see, so with Nu Skin, it doesn't matter who you are. Clara came in with vision of just being a mom, and then after that, her vision got bigger. About helping so many other mom out there and other business entrepreneur in her community. And so for a job well done, beside the compensation, Nu Skin will take you to dream destination. You can qualify for it. Our next success trip is Marbella, Spain, and I know that's a trip that a lot of our Latino leaders is so excited about. I mean, if you look at here, I've gone to like Iceland, I've gone to Hawaii many times, gone to South Africa, I've gone to, so many of these trips that I lost count, Clara being on a few of these trips. We have a leader, and you decide.
And
Yeah.
we are going on Sunday to Riviera Maya.
Wow, yes, Riviera Maya. That's a success trip that, Clara qualified. Sorry, I wouldn't be there with you. But, we gone, last year I was in Riviera Maya for the success trip. And so I'm saving for Marbella, Spain, okay? And so you can qualify. Imagine that. How hard do you have to work at your job to get to go, on a success trip right here? You can. And that, right there, Madrid. We're going to Madrid, okay? And so we're excited about this trip. This will be the biggest success trip, that Nu Skin has ever hosted. You can qualify. You have all the way up to between now to the end of December, okay? If you're serious about this, okay, about going, you gotta work closely with the person and their senior partner. They gonna show you what you need to do, okay? But it's not just dreaming about it. You got to take action, okay? And being a team elite, we get to go on a team elite trip every year to even bigger destination. Last year we were in, Dubai. We just came back, 2 months ago from Greece. The year before, Switzerland, Barcelona, Monaco. I mean, we gone to around the world thanks to this company. And so here, I'm going to wrap up the timing. The timing could not be better. People always say, every company say that. And I'm here to tell you, 40 years, 41 years, and the timing could not be better. Because why? We're launching the scanner, the biggest. I mean, we have 5,000 scanner in the last 20 years, but with the Prism IO, the first quarter of 2026, we will launch 25,000 of this portable Prism scanner, and so you can qualify, this year you can still qualify, but you have to be a BR. Find out the person who invite you. You need to be a BR to qualify for a scanner before this year end, okay? Because that's like your weapon, you can't buy it. It will be a business tool that you can go out there in 15 seconds and help change someone's health, change someone's life, right? Because if your team by 2026, if you have 50 Prism in your team and they go out there and scanning people and generate 10 customer, averaging $100 of supplement product for them and their family, that is a leverage income of 2,500. And I know Gigi and Clara team is all excited. They're probably gonna have more than 50 scanned by 2026. Okay, so and our team easily we will have 500 scan, in our team, and each scanner is a tool, a business tool, that generate 10 customer. Averaging $100, supplement product, that would add additional 25,000, of leverage income based on just 5%. We're not even talking about any other commission, team. So you decide between here, 2,500 to 25,000. You decide what is it that you want. Okay, all right, because the first mover advantage, everything, every big technology, every market has to go through this bell curve. You are right now the early adopter, because I've learned one thing in business, good things come to those who wait, but only what left over from those who hustle. So don't be lagger, because you're in first mover position right now. Before we launching, the biggest market, we're right now, launching this company for the first time, having a convention for the Latino only the first week of October. I'll be at this event because thank God they have translation, because we have a Latino team coming in. And then, they're opening up India market. Then I have to move out India trip, but probably by the end of September, because we have like people right now waiting for us in India already. And this is a huge market. It's a $1.4 billion market. I mean, you don't have to go there to India, but it's launching in November, your pre-launch, right? And so who are the India that are currently living right now, right? They're living all over the world. You don't have to go to India. There's huge, there are 970 thousand, India in California alone. Okay, guys. Okay, unless you don't go and talk, someone will do the talking. Okay, when I first launched Vietnam market, I didn't fly back to Vietnam. I was focused on the Vietnamese leader in the US. Mainly it was California market. I would just go north to south, north to south. And when I find these business Vietnamese leader, they saw and they want to fly to Vietnam. Okay, so big things are happening in India market as well. This market is so ripe. They in sync with the direct sell. They want wellness, and they want beauties. And I mean, this is it go right into what we do as a company, okay? And so you can think globally, but focus locally. I mean, there are 6.3 million India in North America, guys, the biggest market in the world, and if you're calling in Southeast Asia, there is, 3.75, million India in Southeast Asia. And so they're all over. Okay, I just went to an Indian health, food fair, and we signed up the gentleman who hosts the India, food fair for 10 years here in Utah. Okay, I don't know anybody in India, but they're even Utah, they're here. Okay, and so powerful conversion of trend. Now we're talking about like, the perfect storm, and you can focus on the eye of the storm right now, and I promise you, this storm won't hurt anybody. We're going to change so many people's lives. We have AI, we have social media, we have the global economy. We're having, people, the purchasing power. They want wellness, they want beauty, and they want a business that can work from mobile, right? Everything. We have the perfect storm here with Nu Skin, and I truly believe you can live your life. You can live your dream. Through Nu Skin, we're able to give back, nourish the children to Vietnam. We're able to have a lunch under the waterfall. I would never imagine that, through able to experience all of this through this business, able to, come back to my homeland. I left when I was 4 years old. I don't remember my homeland, but through this business, it allowed me to go back to my country, allowed me to live there for 8 months, and bringing my dad, fulfilling his last dying wish, to be back home, and so Vietnam to me is like so near to my heart because I've gone to Vietnam 20 times through my career with Nu Skin. 2020 is it's a year that the whole world went upside down. But guess what? With Nu Skin World, I look back, 2020, 2021, 2022 is the biggest year ever. We did 2.5 million production in a month in one of those years. And that's when my dad passed away. I was pregnant. I had to pick up from Vietnam and went back to US, gave birth to Isaiah in August of 2020. So many things happened. But looking back, 2020 was the biggest year in our business history with Nu Skin, right at the comfort of our home where everybody locked in. And, 2 years ago, I was able to meet my mentor, my coach, and, my business, the man who's like, known globally around the world, to talk about leadership. And I never thought that I can able visit his home, able to experience things that I would never imagine to able to experience. But I want to share this with you. Do what you do right now. What will you be remembered by? What will your children, what are you leaving behind to them? I've never imagined that I can talk about dream. I talk about visions, in front of 7,000 people. Where else, years ago, for me just to share 2 minutes, I go high in the bathroom. This is 20 something years ago, right? But this business, that's what amazing about it. It's beyond money. You can choose the first life where, you go school, work hard for 40 years and have nothing to show for and wait to the end, or what I just show you here today is a lifestyle number 2, that you can work hard. You still, if you get that degree, but instead of working hard for 40 years, work smart. I challenge you through this business, you can work hard, smart for the next 3 to 5 years. And, you decide how you want to run. You let the person know. If you're as a medical profession on here, we're going to dive in and talk to you more on the Pharmanex side, how you can go out there and add in revenues to, medical, the peers that we get on this Thursday, we're going to have a medical doctor team, to talk about, the power of the scanner, how it's able to change her clinic. Okay. And then, if you're young on the Zoom today, we have, social selling, to Milia and her Micronesian team. A lot of them use social media, to share these amazing products. And then the salon, Latin, we literally 40% of our revenue, came from nail salon in our team. And then if you're business entrepreneur like myself and my husband, when we came in, we see this as a global business without the brain damage of owning our own business, right? That Nu Skin take care of all of that. And so I challenge you, first of all, change your health, get yourself scanned, okay? And then commit yourself, get a nutrition package, that guaranteed to increase your score, okay? And then sign up. Simple, sign up free, and then, 24, 48 hours, get together with, your coaches. The coach is someone who at least, emerald, diamond, blue diamond, the person who invite you here, they might just started yesterday. I don't believe, a blind leading the blind, both going to fall in the ditch. Okay. We have successful leader in our team that can walk you through, and coach you, what you need to do to get started and then launching your business in the right way. And, we want you to experience success trip. That's our first goal, is to help you qualify. I'm excited about Clara and her team going to Riviera Maya. I gone there twice. That's the reason I'm not too excited about Riviera Maya. But we're definitely gonna want you to join us on Marbella, Spain. Okay. And I challenge you, you're serious about doing this, flying in. Third week. This month we don't have it, but flying to October convention, Nu Skin have a convention right now. If you sign up and you hit certain qualification, you can get your ticket for free. Okay. There's a fee and it will be a sold out event. Get the date is October for Latino, October 9th and 10th for the whole company. It would be the 24th and the 23rd and 24th of October. So if you're serious and you can go to this event, get all your question answered. You'll learn so much at this event that you will walk away and wonder where Nu Skin has been all your life. Okay. And we also have business briefing that from Monday to Friday, we have doctor, we have all different background doing these presentation, twice, a week, twice a day. Okay. Get the information from the person that sign you up. Okay. And, plug in or, have someone, dial in to hear, from the biggest innovation of our company history. All right. We want to ask you to join the movement, join the movement of scanning the world and help people become healthy. At least you owe it to you and your family to be healthy. And then let's go and help make a difference with those around you and the world. All right. Thank you so much. And I want to pass back to our MC tonight to wrap it up. I'm just so on fire. That's why, we went a little bit farther, longer, but appreciate all of you. Hey, team, if you're already part of this, I'm excited. We're all in the next 5 years to build the biggest market and helping so many people transform their life. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Clara, and all of you.
All right. Now you've heard from our 4-star platinum team elite, Circle of Excellence 3, our beautiful Terry 2. Look at her. She looks amazing. Thank you. Now she showed you the innovation and the vision of this company. So please come back in the next Zoom and bring so many people that we could share this blessing with. Again, my name is Michelle Skips, your MC for tonight. Y'all have a great evening and we'll see you again soon. Woo-hoo. Thank you again, Terry.
Thank you, everyone. You can unmute.
Everybody say thank you to our Terry too.
you, Terry. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Clarita. Thank you, everything. Very good job for me. Thank you. I love it. I love it.
It's beautiful.